bet you're wondering, what is true and what is false?
Our biggest foe, Savathun.
It's paying off there.
I'm here to protect humanity.
How do we stop this?
The stakes in the universe are faced.
We're shedding, we're really entering the mists and trying to discern what's in front of us and what's lurking just underneath.
What is your truth now?
Here.
Witch Queen and Season of the Saga.
We're really getting to the core of what it means to be a guardian. We are looking at darkness.
We have a big bad that we've been in the form of Savathun.
Savathun's helix that we've been involved with.
We've heard about Savathun for over seasons until we come to this huge critical point.
Hear about.
She's now ready to take center stage.
The light offers us a fresh start.
She's very manipulative. Savathun is only on Savathun's side. We've outlived our purpose, and it is to
She's lived among us. She has played us for fools. She knows us inside and out. One like that.
It isn't too late. You can still be forgiven. Be careful. I'll hold you to it.
In order to...
Her throne world is a manifestation of Savathun's own personality.
She has these areas for the old hive areas. It's much more atmospheric, it's very dense, it's very claustrophobic, it's spooky. Then when you make your way into the Lucent hive area, it's a lot more open and broad. It's definitely brighter, it's definitely more lively.
Something that's very pretty from far away, but as you get closer, it's not really what it seems. It's very unsettling.
You're looking at shapes, you're looking at these things within the world.
What's really going to be exciting for players is that they're going to get to play the detective, trying to solve the many mysteries of the throne world.
Witch Queen campaign, I think, is...
We're building the definitively Destiny campaign, so leaning into the journey you can find in a dungeon.
You have to kind of think your way through. You have to figure out, like, who's next in order to get to the end of this.
We've got Savathun, right? The Queen of Lies, full of surprises.
Savathun, you got to make sure that all of the abilities of the bosses would be something worthy of her. And as I kept thinking about this,
we've also added the legendary difficulty, which is called...
It's going to be loaded with these moments that are going to be frustrating, almost like teeth gnashing, but when you get through those encounters, you're going to feel like really accomplished.
Double rewards, yeah.
As people who have worked on raids and dungeons before, being able to... Any kind of player who comes in is really important.
If the Witch Fantasy and Journey, then Season of the Risen is that same detective throwing on their flak jacket and defending Earth from the Hive Guardians and the Lucent Hive and Savathun herself.
when lend us help is Keitel.
You want us to hit them?
I need us to hit them.
She's got this light suppressing technology that the Cabal were using in Season of the Chosen.
When you're working with Keitel, she has a different approach. It's not about getting in there and extracting.
We don't really understand was able to take the light. So the campaign in Season of the Risen in many ways is about that story in the throne world. And Savathun poses an existence, basically has an undead army.
And have much more relentless motives.
Like, oh, they are using my powers against me. As soon as we see the knights pop its super shields, you immediately are like, oh yeah, I see that connect. And then you're like, it hits you with those things and then you're dead, and it's just an amazing experience.
The Guardians themselves.
When that character casts, does very similar thing as the player. The Arc Wizard, the sparks go out, it's ready to go. If you're not smart about it, if you're not paying attention, you have to play that fight over again.
If you're successful in taking down one of these hive units.
That was like one of my favorite things that we were able to do, crush the ghost.
A ghost is your companion, and now...
The first time that happens, I can't believe what I've just done. Am I doing this? Should I be doing this?
And so we're going to need
additional roles associated with it. The glaive is a projectile weapon. We wanted to keep that experience in first person. Really get when you're using a sword because the camera is so much further back. Because this is with a slower moving projectile, the onus of skill on aiming these weapons is about leading and anticipating that. If you're in a really difficult encounter, dies somewhere out in the open where you normally wouldn't be able to get to them, get the revive and then fall back. And players will use the weapon crafting recipes that they find throughout the campaign in order to reconstruct this incredibly powerful and incredibly ancient weapon.
Weapon crafting lets you target a specific role and go and build that, and you get exactly the thing that you want.
I really want to see the feedback that we're going to get and people sharing all of the things that they're doing with that new system.
And this gives us a great opportunity to continue to do that.
For weapons in particular, we've got 8 brand new exotics. This is something which Guardians have made, but it's modeled after Weapons of Sorrow. Fires swarms of tiny homing projectiles that land on a target and then explode in this poison burst. Be the Colossus. You can launch a barrage of up to 20 homing missiles.
Projectiles on the screen.
We're deeply into the mechanics of the classes. We think they're going to be really cool additions to build crafting. With raid weapons, destination, activity, seasonal. I recounted it this morning on new weapons.
You're going to have 2 new, the Titan Stasis Exotic. Caster, you create a giant wall of ice. Even though this thing is massive, you still get all the benefits of Rally Barricade. We called them the Devouring Rift. We wanted Empowering Rift to feel like it had a place in endgame content the way that Healing Rift does. Empowering Rift doesn't heal you. Well, what if it did?
In Season 16, you're going to see this is a huge update and will allow players to build craft in ways that they've never done before.
Like we did with Stasis.
Anyone, a pretty cool thing to be
I'm going to be running Suppressor Grenade probably.
Yeah. You were the energy vampire. Feel like you were the Night Stalker. Feel that big Sentinel Titan. So you're going to see things like ground and create this void barricade that's going to apply overshield to you and your buddies.
Rip a hole into another dimension and then pull out this little like sentient black hole. My little black hole buddy is gonna fly over there and start draining their life force.
The Void Now in Love today, we're gonna embellish them. So what you'll see is like all of the new abilities, all the new actions you take.
Witch Queen is very much the culmination of the last, but things aren't necessarily just dark and light anymore.
It's gonna be
I can't wait for
You Guardians are so clever, aren't you?
From the throne world to the campaign to the customizable build crafting.
We've got more Destiny. It's one of the most ambitious releases we've ever put together, and the team is...
Tell me, Guardian, what do you think you're going to do?